Welcome. Take a moment to simply arrive. To be here, fully and completely, in this safe, quiet space you have carved out for yourself. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is no problem you need to solve. There is no message you need to answer. The world outside has turned on its axis, moving from the brightness of activity to the velvet stillness of the night. And you are allowed to move with it. Find a position that feels kind to your body. Adjust the pillows beneath your head until they feel like clouds rising to meet you. Pull the blanket up, creating a warm, protective layer between you and the cool air of the room. Let your eyes close gently, not forced shut, but lowering slowly like the heavy curtains of a theater after a long, beautiful play. Listen to the sound of your own breath. It is the oldest rhythm you know. It is the steady tide that has been with you since the beginning, rising and falling, rising and falling. You don't need to control it. You don't need to deepen it or count it unless that feels right for you. Just watch it. Observe how the air flows in, cool and nourishing, and how it leaves, warm and releasing. With every exhale, imagine you are breathing out a little bit of the day's weight. The conversations, the lists, the noise, let them all ride out on that stream of air, dissolving into the silence now. Bring your attention to the feeling of your body pressing against the mattress. Feel the points of contact, your heels, the backs of your legs, your hips, your shoulders, the back of your head. Imagine that gravity, the force that holds the planets in their orbits and the stars in their galaxies, is turning its attention specifically to you. But tonight, gravity is not a heavy hand pushing you down. Tonight, gravity has softened. Imagine gravity becoming liquid, a warm, gentle current that is slowly sinking you deeper into your bed. It feels as though the bed is rising up to cradle you, holding you securely. You are becoming heavier, but in a way that feels wonderful, a pleasant heaviness, like a stone settling comfortably into the soft sand of a riverbed. Your feet are heavy and warm. Your legs are heavy and loose. Your hands are resting, their work done for the day. Your shoulders drop away from your ears, melting down. Your jaw unhinges slightly, creating a small space between your teeth. The tiny muscles around your eyes smooth out. Even your forehead, the place where we hold so much of our thinking, feels smooth and cool, like a calm lake at twilight. You have nothing to do but rest. You have nowhere to go but here. You are safe. You are held. You are enough. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Somnus Sleepy Science. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. And now, let us begin our voyage. Imagine, if you will, that the ceiling of your room is slowly becoming transparent. It does not disappear all at once, but fades gently, revealing what has always been there. Just beyond the roof, just beyond the clouds, the night sky, but this is not a sky that feels distant or cold. It is a canopy of deep, rich indigo, sprinkled with the soft, steady light of ancient stars. Tonight, we are not here to study them with charts or telescopes. We are here to float among them. We are here to remember that before we were people with names and jobs and worries, we were part of this vastness. We are stardust that has learnt to breathe. Tonight, we are going to drift home, not to the house you live in or the city you dwell in, but to our greater home, the Milky Way. When you hear that name, the Milky Way, what do you see? Perhaps you have seen pictures in textbooks, showing a bright, perfect disk, flat and rigid like a dinner plate spinning in the dark. But the universe is rarely so rigid. Nature, whether here on Earth or deep in the cosmos, prefers curves. It prefers fluidity. It prefers softness. Recent discoveries have whispered a new truth to us, a truth that is far more beautiful than a flat disk. Our galaxy, this island of light we call home, is not flat. It is warped. It is curved at the edges, bending gently like the brim of a summer hat in a breeze, or the hem of a dancer's silk skirt as she spins in slow motion. Imagine a vast piece of sheer, silver fabric suspended in the dark. It is not still. It is undulating. It breathes. It ripples with a slow, majestic rhythm that takes millions of years to complete a single wave. It is organic. It is alive in the way a forest is alive, or an ocean is alive. In fact, let us think of it not as a galaxy of hard rocks and burning gas, but as an ocean, an interstellar sea. You are floating now, weightless, lifted gently from your bed and carried upward, not by effort, but by imagination. You rise through the roof, past the sleeping trees, past the clouds, until the earth is a soft, blue curve below you. You turn your gaze outward, and there it is, the great silver river. The ancients looked up and saw a spill of milk across the sky. Others saw a pathway of souls. Tonight, we see it as a river of light, a misty band of luminescence stretching from horizon to horizon. But as we drift closer, the mist resolves into detail. It is not a solid white fog. It is a tapestry of billions of points of light, some bright and piercing like diamonds, others soft and glowing like embers in a hearth. And between the lights, there are shadows, great, sweeping rivers of darkness that wind through the stars. These are not empty spaces. These are the dust lanes, clouds of cosmic dust and gas, thick and rich. They are like the fertile soil of a garden or the deep, calm currents of the deep sea. They create a contrast, a softness, giving the galaxy depth and mystery. We are drifting towards a very special place in this ocean. If the Milky Way were a bustling city of light, full of noise and frenetic energy at its center, we would not want to rest there. The center is too bright, too crowded, too fast. Instead, we are drifting outwards. We are heading towards the suburbs of the galaxy, a quiet neighborhood, a place known as the Orion Spur. The Orion Spur is a bridge. It is a small, partial arm of the galaxy, nestled safely between two larger, grander arms. Imagine a quiet, tree-lined street tucked away between two busy avenues. That is where we live. That is where our sun resides. It is a Goldilocks zone, not just for a planet, but for a solar system. We are far enough from the chaotic, radiation-filled center of the galaxy to be safe, yet close enough to the rich fields of stars to not be alone in the void. We are in a safe haven, a cosmic sanctuary as you float here, in the mental space of the Orion Spur. Look around you. The stars here are not crowded. They have room to breathe. They have room to stretch out their solar winds and dream. There is a profound sense of space here, a silence that is not empty, but full of peace. You can feel the scale of it, but it does not make you feel small in a way that is frightening. It makes you feel small in a way that is comforting, like a child held in the arms of a parent, or a single leaf resting on the floor of a massive, ancient forest. To be small here is to be relieved of the burden of being big. You do not have to hold up the sky. The sky holds you. The colors around you are subtle. There is the pale cream of older stars, the soft blue of younger ones, and the deep velvet black of the space between. It is a lullaby for the eyes, and everything is moving, but the movement is so slow, so grand, that it feels like stillness. It is the movement of a glacier, the movement of a mountain rising, the movement of a flower opening. It is a pace that understands eternity. Here, in the quiet arm of the galaxy, there is no rush. There are no deadlines. The galaxy has been turning for over 13 billion years. It will turn for billions more. Your life, your moment right now, is a precious, warm spark within that eternal turning. Feel that rhythm, the slow, rocking motion of the cosmos. It is the ultimate rocking chair. It is the ultimate cradle. You are part of this. You are not a stranger looking at the sky. You are the sky looking at itself. You are home as we prepare to drift further along this river of stars. Let your body sink another inch into the mattress. Let your shoulders drop another fraction. Let your breath become even softer, even slower. We are about to step onto a boat made of light and gravity, a boat called the solar system, and it is waiting to take you on a journey down the gentle stream of time. Imagine now that you are stepping onto this vessel. It is not made of wood or steel, but of gravity and light. It is our solar system, this familiar family of planets, traveling together through the dark. Often, when we think of space travel, we imagine rockets blasting off with fire and noise, fighting against the air to break free. But the travel of our solar system is nothing like that. It is effortless. It is silent. It is a drift so smooth that for your entire life, you haven't felt a single bump. Picture the sun. In your mind's eye, see it not as a blinding fire, but as a warm, glowing lantern at the prow of a ship. It leads the way, casting a golden light into the shadows ahead, and trailing behind it, or rather, swirling around it in a graceful, complex dance, are the planets. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and the giants further out. We are all tethered to the sun by invisible strings of gravity, towed gently along this endless river. And how do we move? This is one of the most soothing secrets of the cosmos. We do not travel in a straight, rigid line. Nature, in its infinite wisdom, loves the wave. It loves the cycle, just as your breath rises and falls, just as the ocean. Tides flow in and out, our sun and earth along with it moves in a gentle, rhythmic wave. Astronomers call it the vertical oscillation, but let us call it the galactic lullaby. Imagine the Milky Way is a flat, shimmering lake. Our solar system is like a cork bobbing on the surface of that lake. As we orbit the center of the galaxy, we don't just stay level. We drift slowly up, rising above the plane of the galaxy, reaching a peak where the view of the stars below is breathtaking. And then, gravity gently pulls us back down. We sink, slowly, smoothly, passing through the center of the disk and diving down below it. Then, like a pendulum swinging back, or a breath being drawn in, we rise again, up and down, above and below, rise and fall. This motion is incredibly slow. To complete just one full up-and-down cycle takes tens of millions of years. It is a rocking motion on a scale so grand that our minds can barely comprehend it, yet our bodies seem to understand the rhythm. It is the same rhythm that rocks a baby to sleep. It is the same rhythm that lulls a sailor on a calm sea. Feel that sensation now. Imagine that your bed is that boat, bobbing gently on the cosmic waves. You are safe inside the bubble of the sun's protection, carried along by a current that has been flowing since before the earth was born. Allow yourself to surrender to this drift. You don't have to steer. The course was set billions of years ago. The water is deep and the way is clear. As we bob up and down, we are also moving forward, circling the heart of the galaxy. We are moving incredibly fast, hundreds of thousands of kilometers every hour, but because the galaxy is so vast, so impossibly wide, it feels as though we are hardly moving at all. Have you ever sat in a car on a highway, looking at distant mountains? The bushes by the road rush by in a blur, but the mountains seem to stand still. They move so slowly across your vision that they look like a painting. That is what our journey through the Milky Way feels like. We are speeding through the dark, yet the stars around us, our mountain ranges of light, seem fixed and eternal. It creates a feeling of profound stillness within the motion. A paradox of peace. We are traveling on a timeline known as the galactic year. A year on Earth is one orbit around the Sun. A galactic year is one orbit of the Sun around the Milky Way. It takes about 225 million Earth years to complete just one single galactic year. 225 million years. Let that number sink in. Let it dissolve the worries of today. In the face of such a number, a missed deadline, a clumsy word spoken, or a moment of stress, they all become so small. They are dust motes dancing in a cathedral of time. They simply do not matter here. Think about where we were the last time. We were here, at this exact spot in the galaxy, one lap ago. Close your eyes and look back through the mists of time. One galactic year ago, there were no humans. There were no lights on the dark side of Earth. There were no cities, no roads, no noise. The Earth was a lush, green jewel. It was a quiet world. A world of slow-growing plants, of warm rain, of creatures living in harmony with the rising and setting of the sun. The air was rich and thick. The nights were absolutely dark, save for the moon and the very same stars we see tonight. We have traveled all the way around the galaxy since then. We have weathered storms. We have seen ice ages come and go. We have seen mountains rise up from the earth and wear down to sand. And through it all, the ship kept sailing. The sun kept shining. Gravity kept holding us. We made it all the way around. And we are starting another lap. There is a deep comfort in this cycle. It tells us that survival is the default setting of life. It tells us that we are resilient. Just as the Earth has endured and flourished through the turning of the galactic year, you too have endured. You have navigated your own years, your own seasons, and here you are, safe, resting, ready to continue the journey. As we look forward, we see the path ahead. It is paved with stardust. The space ahead of us is not empty. We are sailing into a region known as the local interstellar cloud. It sounds like weather, doesn't it? And in a way, it is. But cosmic weather is soft. This cloud is a wisp of gas, thinner than the finest smoke, stretching for light years. As our sun moves through it, it pushes the gas aside, creating a bow. Shock, like the wave at the front of a ship cutting through water. Imagine that invisible prow wave ahead of us. It pushes away the debris, clears the path, shielding us from the deeper currents of the galaxy. We are encased in a magnetic bubble, a cocoon of solar wind that keeps us warm and safe as we glide through the interstellar mist, drifting, gliding, bobbing up and down. Can you feel the lightness in your limbs? It is as if the momentum of the galaxy is carrying you. You don't need to use your own energy. You can retract your oars. You can pull in the sails. The current has you. Let your mind wander to the view outside our boat. To the left and right, passing slowly by, are other travelers, other stars. Some are solitary wanderers, like our sun. Others are pairs, binary stars that orbit each other in an eternal embrace, waltzing through the dark, never touching but never letting go. They are our neighbors in this quiet suburb of Orion. They are far away, yes, but they are traveling in the same direction. We are part of a silent convoy, a fleet of light sailing through the night, and as we look deeper into the space ahead, we begin to see something soft glowing in the distance. Faint, misty patches of light that look like clouds reflecting the moon. These are not stars, not yet. These are the places where stars are born. We are approaching the stellar nurseries. Let your breathing settle into the rhythm of the galactic year. Long, slow, patient, in gathering the starlight, out, releasing into the void. The ship is steady. The captain is at the helm. The passengers are sleeping. We are drifting towards the cradles of the universe as our ship of light continues its gentle drift. The view outside begins to change. We are leaving the open, crystalline clarity of the interstellar void and entering something softer, something thicker. Ahead of us, rising like a mountain range made of mist, is a nebula. From a distance, it looks like a cloud you might see. At sunset on Earth, painted in shades of bruised purple, deep indigo, and veins of soft, glowing amber. But as we glide closer, we realize this is not a cloud of water vapor. It is a cloud of creation. It is a stellar nursery in the vast open ocean of the galaxy. These nebulas are the coves. They are the quiet harbors, sheltered from the strong currents of the galactic arms. They are the places where the universe seeks rest so that it might begin again. Imagine sailing a boat into a thick, comforting fog. The world around you softens. The sharp edges of the distant stars disappear, replaced by a diffuse, pearlescent glow that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. The silence here feels deeper, heavier, more profound. It is a silence that hugs you. This is a molecular cloud. It sounds scientific, but the reality is pure poetry. It is a gathering of gas and dust that has grown cold enough to settle down. In the cosmos, heat is energy, movement, and noise. But cold is stillness. Cold is the slowing down of atoms, the quieting of the dance. These clouds are the coldest places in the galaxy, and because of that, they are the most peaceful. You are floating through a canyon of gas that stretches for light years. To your left and right, great pillars of dust rise up like the columns of a cathedral, but they are soft, sculpted by the gentle pressure of starlight over eons. They look like velvet curtains draped across the dark to provide privacy for what is happening inside. And what is happening inside? Sleep. And the slow awakening from sleep. Deep within these folds of gas, hidden from the prying eyes of the universe, new stars are being born. But let us not think of birth as a sudden event. In the stellar nursery, birth is a long, gentle process of gathering. Picture a blanket, a thick, weighted blanket made of hydrogen and helium. Gravity, that gentle gardener we spoke of earlier, begins to pull the corners of this blanket together. It doesn't rush. It simply suggests that the gas might be more comfortable if it were closer together. Atom by atom, molecule by molecule, the gas begins to swirl inward. It creates a soft, spiraling motion, like water circling a drain or leaves caught in a lazy autumn breeze. It circles and circles, tighter and tighter, wrapping around a central point. This is the swaddling phase. The baby star, what astronomers call a protostar, is forming in the center. It is not yet shining. It is not yet burning. It is simply growing warm. It is a ball of potential, wrapped in layer upon layer of cosmic insulation. There are thousands of them in here. Thousands of sleeping suns, tucked into their cradles of dust, waiting for the right moment to open their eyes. They will sleep like this for millions of years. As you drift past these cocoons, you might feel a sense of kinship. Just as you were curled up in your bed, protected by your walls and your covers, these stars are curled up in theirs. The universe protects its young. It understands the need for a long, undisturbed rest before the work of shining begins. Look closely at the mist drifting past our hole. We call it dust, but that is an earthly word that does not do it justice. On Earth, dust is something to be wiped away. Here, dust is precious. These tiny grains are diamonds. They are silicates like fine sand. They are flecks of ice. They are graphite. They glitter softly as they catch the faint light from the stars outside the cloud. And they are dancing. There is a force here, invisible but omnipresent, called magnetism. Threaded through these clouds are magnetic field lines, ribbons of invisible energy. The dust grains, tiny as they are, align themselves with these ribbons. They don't just float chaotically. They line up, they flow. Imagine a million tiny dancers in a dark room, all turning in unison to face the same direction, guided by a music we cannot hear. It is a ballet of the microscopic, taking place on a canvas of the macroscopic. Everything here is orderly. Everything here has a place. As our solar boat glides deeper into the nursery, the colors shift. The deep purples give way to a soft, warm pink. This is the glow of hydrogen, excited by the presence of a nearby star that has just woken up. It is a light that doesn't glare. It radiates. It feels like the light of a Himalayan salt lamp or the embers of a dying fire, warm orange-pink, soothing to the eyes. Breathe in that color. Imagine you can inhale the pink softness of the nebula. It fills your lungs with a sense of expansion. Breathe out the gray tension of the day. In this nursery, time behaves differently. Outside, the galaxy spins. Inside, everything is suspended. It is a place of waiting. Wait. In our daily lives, waiting often feels like an obstacle. But here, waiting is a luxury. It is a pause. It is the silence between two notes of music. Without the pause, the music would just be noise. Without the waiting, the star would not be ready to shine. You are in your own pause right now. You are in your own nursery. The room around you is your nebula. The dark is your blanket, and just like the protostars, you are gathering your energy. You are letting gravity hold you together. You are letting the warmth build up inside you, not to burn, but to heal. There is no rush to wake up. The star does not apologize for taking 10 million years to form. You do not need to apologize for taking this night to rest. Drifting further, we see a clearing in the mist. A cavity has been carved out of the cloud, a bubble of transparency in the fog. In the center of this clearing sits a young star. It has recently cleared away its blankets. It is shining with a pure, steady blue light. It is not lonely. Around it, spinning slowly, is a disk of leftover dust, a ring of potential. From this ring, planets will form. Earths, Marses, Jupiters, worlds of ice and rock, worlds of storms and oceans. They are all there, currently just dust grains bumping gently into one another, holding hands, deciding to stay together. It is a reminder that big things come from small, quiet beginnings. The earth you walk on, the mountains you climb, the water you drink. It all started as dust floating in a quiet cloud like this one. It started in silence. It started in the dark. Peace is the foundation of everything. As we sail past this young star and its ring of future worlds, we feel a gentle push. It is the stellar wind, a breeze of particles streaming off the star. It fills the sails of our imagination. It pushes us gently out of the clearing, back into the comforting shadows of the cloud and towards the other side. We are passing through. We are tourists of the quiet. We witness the slumber of the giants, and we carry that stillness with us. The mist begins to thin. The heavy velvet curtains of gas start to part. We are emerging from the nursery, back into the open sea of the Orion Spur. But we are different now. We carry the memory of that womb-like silence. We understand that the dark is not empty. It is pregnant with possibility. It is a holding space, and as the fog lifts, we see what lies ahead. The river of the Milky Way stretches out before us, wider and deeper than before, and flowing through it, like driftwood on a tide, are the memories of the universe. We are about to encounter the wanderers, the objects that tell the history of time. Settle deeper into your pillows. Let the image of the warm, pink nebula fade gently from your mind, leaving behind a residue of calm. The ship is rocking, up and down, soft and slow. We drift on as we leave the misty embrace of the stellar nursery. The view opens up once more. The stars are sharper now, crisp points of light against the deep, endless indigo. But having seen the cradles where they are born, they no longer feel like distant, burning strangers. They feel like family. We know their origin story. We know they all started in the quiet dark. But as we gaze out into this vastness, a question might float into your mind, light as a feather. What holds all of this together? The galaxy is spinning. The stars are moving at tremendous speeds. By all the laws of simple physics, they should be flinging themselves apart. Like a merry-go-round spinning too fast, the outer stars should be flying off into the void, lost forever in the deep dark between galaxies. But they don't. They stay. They hold their formation. The spiral arms keep their graceful shape. The galaxy remains whole. For a long time, we didn't know why. We looked at the stars. We counted the visible matter, the suns, the gas, the dust, and the math didn't add up. There wasn't enough stuff to create the gravity needed to hold the galaxy together. It was like seeing a suspension bridge standing tall, but seeing no cables. And then we found it. Or rather, we found the ghost of it. We call it dark matter. The name sounds mysterious, perhaps even a little intimidating. But tonight, let's reframe it. Let's not think of it as dark in a scary sense. Let's think of it as invisible. Let's think of it as the great embrace. Imagine a vast, invisible ocean that fills the entire universe. It is not made of atoms like you and me. It doesn't interact with light. It doesn't bump into things. It just is. It is a presence. A silent, heavy, comforting presence that permeates everything, our galaxy. The Milky Way is floating inside a massive bubble of this invisible substance. Scientists call it a dark matter halo. But halo feels too angelic, too distant. Think of it as a scaffolding, an invisible structure that was built first, long before the stars lit up. It is the skeleton of the universe. It is the framework upon which the galaxy hangs its lights. Without this invisible embrace, the stars would wander off. The sun would leave the sky. The earth would drift into the frozen cold. Dark matter is the reason we are here. It is the silent gravity that hugs the galaxy tight, keeping the family together. It asks for nothing. It shows nothing. It doesn't want to be seen. It simply wants to hold. There is a beautiful parallel here to our own lives. Think of the things that hold you together that are invisible. The love of a parent you haven't seen in years. The memory of a kindness from a stranger. The quiet strength of your own character. The hope that tomorrow will be gentle. You cannot touch these things. You cannot photograph them. If someone looked at your life from the outside, they might not see them, but they are there. They are your dark matter. They are the invisible scaffolding that keeps you from falling apart when the world spins too fast. Feel that connection now. Just as the galaxy is held by an unseen force, you are held. You are held by the mattress beneath you, yes, but you are also held by the air pressure of the room. You are held by the gravity of the earth. You are held by the peace of this moment. You don't have to hold yourself together right now. The universe has already built the scaffolding. You can let go. You can let your muscles soften. Let your bones settle. Let your mind The invisible is doing the work. As we ponder this invisible ocean, our ship of light drifts past something that makes the concept of time feel even more fluid. We are passing a red dwarf star. It is smaller than our sun and much dimmer. It glows with a deep ruby red light, like a dying ember in a fireplace. It looks old. It looks tired, but looks can be deceiving. Red dwarfs are the tortoises of the universe. Because they burn their fuel so slowly, so miserly, they live almost forever. A star like our sun lives for about 10 billion years. A red dwarf, it can live for trillions of years. That means that every red dwarf that has ever been born, since the very beginning of the universe, is still alive today. Not a single one has ever died. They are the silent witnesses. They saw the galaxy form. They saw the first generation of superstars explode. They saw the Earth coalesce from dust. They will see the sun expand and fade. And long after we are gone, long after the Milky Way has changed its shape completely, they will still be there, glowing softly in the dark. There is a comfort in knowing that some things last. In a world where everything seems temporary, where phones break, trends change, and days rush by, these ruby stars are permanent. They are the keepers of the memory of the cosmos. As we drift past this ancient, glowing ember, imagine it nodding to you. A slow, respectful nod from one traveler to another. It has seen everything, and its message is simple. This too shall pass. But the light remains. The red glow fades behind us, blending back into the tapestry of the night. And now, something shifts in the rhythm of our journey. We are approaching a region of the galaxy where the water is a little rougher. Not dangerous, but active. We are crossing one of the spiral arms. We live in the quiet spur, but to get to the outer rim, we must cross the Perseus arm. From a distance, the spiral arms look like solid structures, but up close, they are density waves. Think of a traffic jam on a highway. The cars slow down as they bunch up, then speed up as they leave the jam. The jam stays in the same place, even though the cars are constantly flowing through it. The spiral arm is a cosmic traffic jam. Gas and dust and stars bunch up here. The gravity is stronger. The nebulas are thicker. the lights are brighter. As our solar boat enters the arm, the sky becomes dazzling. We are surrounded by blue giants, massive, hot, brilliant stars that burn fiercely and die young. They are the rock stars of the galaxy. They light up the arm like a string of blue Christmas lights wrapped around a dark tree. The view is spectacular, but it is also busy. There is so much energy here, so much birth, so much light. But notice how our ship handles it. We don't stop. We don't get involved. We simply glide through. We are observers. Sometimes in life, we find ourselves in the middle of a spiral arm. A week that is too busy, a season of chaos, a time of noise. It can feel overwhelming. But remember the physics of the galaxy. It is just a wave. You are just passing through. You do not have to become the chaos. You can be the ship that sails through it. You can observe the brightness, acknowledge the noise, and keep drifting. The open water is always waiting on the other side. And indeed, as we clear the dense cluster of blue stars, the sky opens up again. We have crossed the arm. We are back in the deep, quiet interim space. The noise fades. The brilliance softens. The calm returns, deeper than before, because we have known the noise and left it behind. We are moving towards the outer edge now, the rim, the place where the galaxy ends and the true, deep void begins. But before we get there, we have a meeting with a ghost, a friendly ghost, a stream of stars that shouldn't be here, but are. It is called the Sagittarius Stream, and it tells a story of how our galaxy grows, not by conquering, but by embracing. Breathe in, breathe out. The invisible arms hold you. The red stars watch over you. The spiral wave is behind you. We drift on. We are drifting now in the high, quiet altitudes of the galaxy. Having crossed the busy highway of the spiral arm, we find ourselves in the halo, a vast spherical region that surrounds the main disk of the Milky Way like a protective atmosphere. The view here is different. The stars are fewer, scattered like lonely lighthouses across a dark ocean. But looking down, oh, looking down is magnificent. From this vantage point, you can see the curve of the galaxy's disk, glowing soft and silver, turning slowly in the silence. But as we look closer at the space around us, we notice something faint. A ribbon of light wrapped over the top of the galaxy, like a gift bow. This is the Sagittarius Stream. Long ago, a smaller galaxy, a traveler from the deep void, came close to the Milky Way. It wasn't a collision. It was a conversation. Gravity, the great weaver, began to gently unravel this smaller galaxy. It pulled the stars loose, not to destroy them, but to invite them in. Over billions of years, that small cluster of stars has been stretched out into a long, beautiful stream that wraps around our galaxy. It is a river of stars flowing into the ocean. Scientists sometimes use technical words to describe this. They talk of tidal forces. But tonight, look at it with the eyes of a poet. Look at it as an embrace. The Milky Way did not destroy the Sagittarius galaxy. It welcomed it. It said, "Come, join your light with mine. Become part of something greater." And so, the stars of that small traveler are now our neighbors. They are passing through the disk of our galaxy right now, mixing their ancient stories with ours. It is a reminder that nothing in the universe is ever truly lost. It just changes form. It merges. It becomes part of a larger whole. Just as the river eventually meets the sea and loses its name to become the ocean. These stars have come home. There is a peace in this idea of merging. In our lives, We often fear losing our boundaries. We fear change. But the universe shows us that blending is beautiful. We are constantly absorbing new experiences, new people, new feelings, and they don't destroy us. They expand us. They make our own galaxy richer and more complex. You are a stream of experiences flowing into the ocean of the self, and it is all welcome. As we drift past this ghostly river of stars, let us turn our gaze away from the Milky Way entirely. Let us look out into the deep, deep black. At first, it looks empty. The void between galaxies is vast, millions of light years of absolute silence. But if you look closely, with soft eyes, you will see a smudge, a faint, fuzzy patch of light, no bigger than a coin held at arm's length. It looks like a small cloud, but it is not a cloud. It is an island. It is Andromeda. Andromeda is our sister. She is a spiral galaxy, much like our own, but larger. She is swirling out there in the dark, shining with the light of 1 trillion suns, and she is moving towards us. But in the cosmos, movement is a slow, graceful drift. This is a courtship. For billions of years, the Milky Way and Andromeda have been watching each other across the void. Gravity, like an invisible thread, has been pulling them together. They are destined to meet, and this meeting will be a waltz. Imagine two clouds of mist passing through each other. They do not break. They slide through. They mingle. They become one larger cloud. Stars are so far apart that when galaxies merge, the stars almost never hit each other. The space between them is too vast. If the sun were a ping-pong ball in New York, the next closest star would be another ping-pong ball in Chicago. If you threw the contents of New York at the contents of Chicago, the balls would never touch. They would just fly past each other. So when Andromeda arrives, she will drift through us like a ghost. Her stars will pass between our stars. Her gas will mix with our gas. The night sky on Earth will change from a band of milk to a sky filled with dazzling, swirling light, to cores, to hearts beating in the sky. It will be the most beautiful light show the universe has ever seen. And eventually, after the dance is done, after they have swirled around each other in a gravity-defying embrace, they will settle down. They will stop spinning. They will merge into one giant calm, elliptical galaxy. Astronomers have already named this future home. They call it Milky. There is something deeply soothing about this long-term view. We worry about tomorrow. We worry about next year. But the universe is planning billions of years ahead. It is planning a wedding of galaxies. It reminds us that we are part of a story that is so much bigger than our fears. The universe is not chaotic. It is choreographing a dance. And even though we won't be here to see it, our atoms will be. The stuff that makes you, the carbon, the oxygen, the iron, will be part of that dance. You will be part of Milky. So, look at that faint smudge in the dark of your mind's eye. Send it a quiet greeting. Hello, sister. Take your time. We are waiting. Feel the gravity of that distant island pulling gently on your imagination. It is a pull of connection, not weight. It is the feeling of knowing that even in the vastest emptiness, there is someone else out there. We are not alone in the local group. We have family coming to visit. Let this thought expand your chest. Let your breath deepen, matching the rhythm of this cosmic waltz. 1, 2, 3. In, out, pause, rise, drift, fall. The ship of light is turning now. We have seen the river of the Sagittarius stream. we have waved to Andromeda. Now, the current of the Milky Way is guiding us towards something else, something older. We are drifting towards a globular cluster. If the galactic disk is a city, and the spiral arms are the suburbs, then the globular clusters are the ancient temples on the hill. They are tightly packed balls of 1,000,000 stars, hovering just outside the main galaxy. They are the oldest things here. They carry the memories of the universe's childhood. As we approach, the light changes again. It becomes golden, intense, concentrated. We are about to enter a place where the night never truly comes, a place of eternal twilight. Rest your mind. Let the image of the waltzing galaxies fade into a soft blur. Focus on the sensation of drifting. The boat is steady. The dark is warm. The ancient stars are waiting to tell us a story about time. The ship of light changes course, gently dipping its prow away from the vast emptiness where Andromeda dances. We are drawn now by a gravitational hum, a song of deep stability. Ahead of us, hovering just above the flat disk of the Milky Way, hangs a jewel. It is a globular cluster. Imagine a dandelion seed head, perfectly round and fluffy, floating in the dark. Now, imagine that every single seed in that sphere is a star. Not 10, not 100, but 1,000,000 stars, all packed together in a tight, glowing ball. From a distance, it looks like a single, fuzzy star. But as we glide closer, the ball resolves into individual points of light. It is a swarm of suns, a beehive of brilliance. We are entering the oldest neighborhood in the universe. The stars here are not like the bright, frantic blue giants we saw in the spiral arms. Those blue stars are the youth, energetic, loud, burning through their fuel with reckless abandon. But here, the stars are gold. They are amber. They are topaz. They are the elders. These stars were born when the universe was in its infancy. They lit up before the Earth existed, before the Sun existed, perhaps before the Milky Way had even settled into its spiral shape. They are almost as old as time itself. As our boat slips into the outer edges of the cluster, the sky around us transforms. In the spiral arms, the sky is black, punctuated by stars. Inside the cluster, the sky is light. There are so many stars, here packed so closely together that true night never falls. It is a realm of eternal twilight. A soft, omnipresent golden glow bathes everything in a feeling of sanctity. It feels like entering a cathedral, a high vaulted space where the air is still and the light filters through stained glass of yellow and orange. Scientists call these stars metapore. It is a dry term, but the meaning is poetic. It means they are pure. They were made from the pristine gas of the Big Bang, mostly hydrogen and helium. They do not have the heavy elements, the iron, the carbon, the silicon that clutter the younger stars. They are simple. They are elemental. Think of them as fossils made of light. They are the memory keepers. If the universe has a history book, it is written in the light of these golden spheres. They have been burning steadily, quietly, for 12 billion years. They have seen galaxies collide. They have seen nebulas disperse, and they have just kept shining. There is a profound peace in their endurance. In our lives, we often glorify the new, the fast, the innovative. We chase the next update, the next trend. But here, in the quiet heart of the cluster, the universe reminds us of the beauty of the old, the beauty of staying power, the beauty of simply continuing. These stars are not trying to be brighter than they are. They are not trying to explode. They are content to simply be. They sip their fuel slowly, pacing themselves for eternity. As you rest in your bed, let that wisdom settle into your bones. You do not always have to be burning bright. You do not always have to be energetic or productive. There is dignity in just existing. There is strength in just breathing, like a slow-burning ember that keeps the night warm. Navigate deeper now. We are moving towards the core of the cluster. It is crowded here. If you lived on a planet in the middle of this cluster, you wouldn't see a few thousand stars at night. You would see 1,000,000. The sky would be a blazing tapestry. And yet, despite the crowd, there are no collisions. This is the miracle of the cluster. It is a dance of 1,000,000 partners in a ballroom that seems too small, yet no one steps on anyone's toes. They move in complex, looping orbits, weaving in and out, swinging past each other in near misses that are actually perfectly choreographed gravitational handshakes. It is a system of perfect balance, a dynamic equilibrium. It reminds us that, even in a crowded life, even when things feel packed and tight, there is a way to find flow. There is a way to move with grace among the obstacles. Listen closely with your inner ear. Can you hear the hum? It is not a sound that travels through air, for there is no air here. It is the music of the spheres. The gentle tug of gravity from 1,000,000 suns creates a resonance, a vibration in the fabric of space itself. It is a low, steady thrum, OMA, the sound of holding together, the sound of community. Unlike the solitary suns in the suburbs, these stars are never alone. They have spent their entire lives, billions of years, in the company of their kin. They are bound together by gravity, yes, but it feels more like affection, a huddle against the cold of the void. Let yourself feel that sense of belonging. Even if you feel alone in your room right now, you are never truly solitary. You are part of the human cluster. You are part of the life cluster. You are connected by invisible threads to everything that is. We linger here for a moment, basking in the amber light. It feels warm, not scorching. It feels like the light of a late autumn afternoon, rich and nostalgic. It is a light that forgives. But we cannot stay in this retirement home of the stars forever. The river of the Milky Way is calling us back. We have one more great truth to uncover, a truth that connects this ancient golden light to the blood in your veins. So, we turn our ship around. We set our sails to catch the gentle solar winds of the elders. We drift outward, leaving the crowded core, passing the sentinels at the edge. As we pull away, the globular cluster begins to shrink behind us. The 1,000,000 suns merge back into a fuzzy ball of light. The golden glow fades, replaced once again by the cool, comforting velvet of deep space. We are dropping back down towards the main disk, down towards the clouds of dust, down towards the future. We are going to visit the place where the connection happens, the place where stardust becomes us. Take a deep breath. Inhale the coolness of the open void. Exhale the warmth of the golden cluster. Your body is heavy. Your mind is light. The current is taking us home. We have descended from the high temples of the globular clusters. We have left the golden twilight of the elders and returned to the rich dark currents of the galactic disk. The boat rocks gently. The familiar rhythm of the cosmos returns. Up and down, rise and fall. As we drift deeper into the galaxy, we begin to see splashes of color in the dark. These are not the misty nursery clouds we saw earlier. These are different. They are smaller, brighter, and shaped with exquisite symmetry. They look like jewels scattered on black velvet. Some look like rings of turquoise. Others look like hourglasses of coral. Some look like butterflies with wings of glowing gas. We are entering a garden of planetary nebulae. The name is a bit of a misunderstanding from the old days. They have nothing to do with planets. They are the final, beautiful act of a star like our sun. When a star reaches the end of its life, it does not always leave with a bang. It does not have to be violent. For most stars, the end is a sigh. It is a great exhale. Imagine a flower that has bloomed for billions of years. When it is ready to rest, it doesn't wither. It gently releases its petals. That is what we are seeing here. In the center of that turquoise ring is a star that has finished its work. It has spent eons fusing atoms, creating light, keeping its planets warm, and now it is tired. So it lets go. It allows its outer layers of gas it has held onto for so long, to drift away. It pushes them gently out into space, creating a shell of shimmering gas that expands slowly, mile by mile, year by year. The star in the center settles down, to sleep as a white dwarf, a small, dense pearl of light. But the gas it released, that is the gift. Let us sail closer to one of these cosmic butterflies. The colors are breathtaking, but they are not just decoration. They are a recipe. They are ingredients. During its long life, the star was a kitchen. Inside its hot, pressurized heart, it was cooking. It took simple hydrogen and mashed it together to create helium. Then it took the helium and cooked it into carbon, into nitrogen, into oxygen. It was practicing alchemy. It was turning the simplest stuff of the universe into something complex, something heavy, something necessary. But as long as the star held on to these elements, they were locked away. They were trapped in the furnace. By letting go, by exhaling its layers into the dark, the star is sharing its creation. It is seeding the galaxy. As our boat passes through the wispy veil of this nebula, take a moment to look at your own hand, resting there on the bedspread. Look at the skin, the veins, the fingernails. Now, take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your chest. That oxygen you just breathed. It was made inside a star. It was forged in a furnace like the one we are looking at. The carbon in your cells, the calcium in your bones, the iron that makes your blood red. Every single atom of it was once inside a star. You are not in the universe. You are the universe. This is not just a poetic thought. It is a literal, physical truth. Before you were born, before your parents were born, before the earth was formed, the atoms that make up you were floating in a cloud like this one. They were drifting in the interstellar sea, waiting for gravity to gather them up again. You are made of old stars. You are made of the ghosts of suns that lived and died billions of years ago. Feel the weight of that truth. It is a grounding weight. It means you belong here. You are not a visitor on Earth. You are a piece of the galaxy that has woken up. You are the way the universe feels its own heartbeat. Think about the iron in your blood. That iron is heavy. It anchors you to the gravity of Earth. But once, that iron was in the center of a giant star. When that star finally let go, it scattered that iron across the cosmos, so that one day it could become part of you, so that you could have a pulse, so that you could feel the rhythm of life. The stars died so that you could live. But in the logic of the cosmos, they didn't really die. They just changed. They became you as we drift away from the nebula. Leaving the beautiful ring of gas to expand into the night, we carry this connection with us. we realize that the emptiness of space is not empty at all. It is rich, it is full of potential, it is full of the seeds of future worlds. The galaxy is a great recycler. Nothing is wasted. The old stars give their substance to the new stars. The past feeds the future. It is a circle, a loop, a mandala of light and matter, and you are part of that loop. Does this not take the pressure off? Does it not make the worries of the day feel smaller? Your problems are temporary, but the ingredients of your being are eternal. You have existed in one form or another since the beginning of time, and you will exist in one form or another until the end. Rest in that permanence. You are safe in the timeline of eternity. As we float on, the water of the galaxy seems to clear again. We are moving into the quietest part of our journey. We are going to visit the spaces between. Often, we look at the stars and think they are the main event. But the stars are just the decoration. The true majesty of the galaxy is the space, the emptiness. We are entering a void. Do not be afraid of the word. In the dictionary of sleep, void means freedom. It means a lack of obstruction. It means there is nothing to bump into, nothing to navigate around, nothing to solve here in the deep space between the spiral arms. The water is perfectly flat, glassy, still. Our boat leaves no wake. We are sliding over a surface of pure peace. The darkness here is not scary. It is velvety. It is thick and soft, like a heavy duvet. It is a darkness that invites you to close your eyes because there is nothing you need to see. In this space, you are weightless. The heavy metals in your body, the iron, the calcium, feel light as helium. You are floating. Your legs are floating. Your arms are floating. Your head is resting on a cloud of dark matter. This is the state of drift. This is the state where the boundaries of the body begin to blur. Where do you end and the bed begin? Where does the bed end and the room begin? Where does the room end and the galaxy begin? It is all one continuous fabric, and you are just a pattern in the weave. Let yourself dissolve a little. Let the edges of you soften. You don't need to be a solid object right now. You can be mist. You can be light. You can be a wave. In this deep drift, we begin to feel a gentle tug. Not a pull of gravity, but a pull of home. We have traveled far. We have seen the nursery, the pillars, the ancient clusters, and now the current is turning. The great, slow rotation of the Milky Way is bringing us back around. We are not going back to the busy day. We are going back to the sanctuary of the Earth, but we are bringing the galaxy with us. As we prepare for the final leg of our journey, notice how your breathing has changed. It is no longer something you do. It is something that happens to you. The universe breathes you. In, starlight. Out, silence. In, peace. Out, drift. The boat rocks gently. The lighthouse flashes far behind us. A friendly wink in the dark. We are safe. We are deep. We are ready to come in for a landing. From the deep, velvet silence of the void, we begin our return. We do not rush. In the cosmos, there is no such thing as rushing. There is only orbit, drift, and the gentle pull of gravity calling us back. You are weightless, suspended in the comfort of your solar boat. The vast ocean of the Milky Way, with its spiral arms and golden clusters, is now the backdrop. A tapestry of silver hung on the walls of the night, but our eyes are turning forward. We are looking for a specific light. Out of the billions of stars in the sky, one stands out. It is not the biggest, It is not the brightest. It is not the oldest. But to us, it is the most beautiful star in the universe. The sun dot from this distance, it is just a star, a steady, yellow-white point of light. But as we drift closer, it grows warmer. It feels like a hearth fire seen through a window on a cold winter night. It signals home. It signals safety. It signals the place where we belong. As we approach our solar neighborhood, we pass through an invisible boundary. It is a boundary of protection. Scientists call it the heliosphere, but let's call it the Great Bubble. Our sun is not just a ball of fire. It is a breathing entity. It constantly exhales a wind of particles, the solar wind. This wind blows outward in all directions, creating a massive bubble that surrounds all the planets. This bubble is our shield. Outside of it, the high-energy winds of the galaxy blow hard. Cosmic rays streak through the dark. But here, inside the bubble, the galactic wind is pushed back. We are in a calm eddy. We are in a cocoon. Imagine a tent pitched on a windy mountain. Inside, the air is still. The candle flame doesn't flicker. That is what our solar system is. A tent of solar wind pitched in the middle of the Milky Way wilderness. You are inside that tent. You are doubly protected. Protected by the galaxy's arm. Protected by the sun's bubble. Protected by the walls of your room. Protected by the warmth of your bed. Layer upon layer of safety. You are the pearl inside the shell, inside the ocean. As we glide through this protective veil, we begin to pass the outer sentinels of our family. We drift past Neptune, a giant of deep, windswept blue. It is sleeping. Its storms are slow and rhythmic, turning in the dark, far from the warmth of the sun. Watching the back door of the solar system, we drift past Uranus, a pale, icy cyan orb rolling on its side. It looks like a frosted marble, cool and still. We drift past Saturn. Oh, Saturn, the jewel of the night. Its rings are not solid, you know. They are made of billions of pieces of ice, from dust specks to boulders. In your mind, see them glinting in the faint sunlight. They are a carousel of ice, turning silently, endlessly. There is a hypnotic peace in their rotation. Round and round, smooth and steady, we drift past Jupiter, the great king, a planet of striped clouds, cream and ochre and rust. It is so big that it acts as a gravity shield for Earth, catching asteroids, sweeping the path clear. It is the big brother watching over the cradle. All these planets are your siblings. They are all made of the same stardust. They are all orbiting the same fire. And right now, they are all resting. The solar system is a sleeping house, and you are just tiptoeing through the hallway, and then, there it is, drifting into view, emerging from the dark like a miracle. The blue marble Earth. Seeing it from here, from the silence of space, changes everything. It doesn't look like a place of bills, or traffic, or news, or noise. It doesn't look like a map divided by borders. It looks like a single, glowing organism. It is breathtakingly beautiful. A sphere of sapphire blue, swirled with clouds of pure white, capped with snow at the poles. It looks fragile. It looks precious. This is the overview effect, the feeling that astronauts get when they look back. A sudden, overwhelming sense of tenderness for our home. A realization that we are all on the same tiny boat, floating in the dark. Look at the atmosphere. From here, you can see how thin it is. A delicate, glowing halo of blue fuzz hugging the edge of the planet. That thin blue line is the only thing separating the silence of space from the song of birds, the sound of rain, and the breath in your lungs. It is a blanket, a soft, airy blanket wrapped around the world to keep it warm. Think of all the life down there. The whales singing in the deep oceans, the forests breathing in the night, the deserts cooling down under the moon, the cities, which from here look like clusters of golden embers, glowing softly, and think of the people, billions of them. And right now, at this very moment, millions of them are doing exactly what you are doing. They are lying down, they are pulling up covers, they are closing their eyes. You are joining a massive wave of rest. Half the planet is sleeping. You are part of a synchronized rhythm of rest that sweeps around the globe like a shadow. You are not alone in your tiredness. You are sharing it with half the world. It is okay to rest. The planet demands it. The rotation of the Earth creates the night specifically so you can rest. Gravity pulls us closer now. The blue sphere grows larger. It fills your vision. The blue is calming. It is the color of the deep sea, the color of twilight, the color of peace. We are beginning our descent, not a fiery but a soft drifting down, like a feather caught in a gentle downdraft, like a leaf falling in slow motion from a high branch. We pass through the thin veil of the atmosphere. The black of space fades into the deep indigo of the upper sky. We float down through the layers, past the silent satellites, past the meteors burning up, tiny streaks of light that protect us from the dust, into the clouds. Imagine passing through a cloud bank, cool white mist. It dampens all sound. It is a buffer. Below the clouds, the world is asleep. We drift over oceans where the waves are rocking in the dark. We drift over mountains, standing silent and strong. We drift over your continent, your city, your street. The journey is almost done. The ship of light has brought you back. The stardust has returned to the source. We are hovering now, just above your roof. The night air is cool and fresh. The familiar sounds of your home, the settling of the house, the wind outside are welcoming you back. You have traveled light. You have seen the nursery of stars. You have felt the embrace of dark matter. You have breathed the oxygen of ancient nebulas. And now you have brought that cosmic peace back into your room. The universe is not out there, it is in here. It is in the quiet of your room. It is in the heaviness of your eyelids. Prepare for the final landing. Prepare to dock the ship. You are back, gently, seamlessly. Your awareness glides through the ceiling of your room. The transparency fades. The roof becomes solid again, a protective shell sealing you in. The night sky is still there, of course, just on the other side, but you no longer need to travel it. You have seen what you needed to see. You have felt what you needed to feel. You settle back into your body. Feel the mattress rising up to meet you. It feels solid and reliable. After the weightlessness of the void, gravity returns, but it is the friendly gravity we spoke of at the beginning. It is a hug. It is the earth holding you close, saying, I have you. You can stop flying now. Feel the blankets settling around you. They are your personal nebula. They are the clouds of warmth that keep the cold of the universe at bay. You are cocooned. You are swaddled like the protostar in the nursery, gathering your heat, gathering your strength. Take a moment to notice the stillness of the room. It is different now. Before our journey, The silence might have felt empty or lonely. But now, you know better. You know that the silence is rich. It is filled with the invisible scaffolding of the dark matter. It is filled with the afterglow of creation. It is filled with the radio waves of distant stars singing their lullabies. The room is not empty. It is full of peace. Bring your attention to your chest, to the space around your heart. Imagine a small, warm light there. In the vast, cold expanse of the Milky Way, amidst the trillions of miles of dust and gas, you are a unique point of heat. You are a small warmth in the dark. This warmth is your life force. It is the stardust burning gently inside you. It is the legacy of the golden clusters and the blue giants. You are a vessel of light, and, just like the stars, you have phases. You have times to shine bright, to work, to create, to emit energy. And you have times to dim, times to conserve, times to be a red dwarf, glowing softly, lasting long. Tonight is a time to dim. Visualize a dimmer switch in your mind. It controls the lights of your body. Slowly reach out and turn it down. From 100% down to 80%. The muscles in your legs turn off. They become heavy logs sinking into the bed. Down to 60%. The muscles in your back unclench. The spine settles. The knots dissolve into the mattress. Down to 40%. The hands uncurl. The fingers are loose. They are empty. There is nothing they need to hold right now. The day's tools are put away. Down to 20%. The face smooths out. The jaw is slack. The tongue rests gently on the floor of the mouth. The eyes are soft pools of darkness. Down to 10%. The thoughts slow to a crawl. They are no longer racing cars. They are driftwood floating on a slow river. You watch them pass, but you do not reach out to grab them. Let them float downstream, down to 1%. Just the pilot light. Just the steady, automatic rhythm of your breath. In and out. In and out. Reflect for one last moment on the galaxy outside. While you sleep, the Milky Way will continue to turn. The spiral arms will sweep through the cosmos. The pulsars will keep their time. The nursery clouds will rock the baby stars. The planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, will continue their silent watch around the sun. You do not need to manage any of it. The universe runs itself. It has done so for 13 billion years without your supervision, and it will do so tonight. You can resign from your post as the general manager of the universe. You can take off the uniform. You are off duty. Your only job now is to drift. Imagine yourself back on that ocean we started on, the interstellar sea. But now, the water is sleep. It is a warm, dark, silver water. You are floating on your back, looking up at the ceiling of the universe. The water supports you completely. You don't even need to tread water. You just float. The current is taking you. Where is it taking you? It is taking you to the land of dreams, a place that is just as vast, just as mysterious, and just as beautiful as the galaxy we just explored. In your dreams, you can visit the stars again. In your dreams, you can dance with Andromeda. In your dreams, you are free. Feel the edges of your consciousness beginning to fray. The words I am speaking are becoming distant. They are just sounds now, gentle vibrations in the air. They are like the sound of the waves lapping against the hull of the boat. Meaningless, but comforting. You are safe. You are loved by the gravity that holds you. You are made of the same stuff as the angels of the sky. You are home as the final image of the spinning silver galaxy fades from your mind. Replace it with a single color, the color of sleep. A deep, soft, velvety indigo. Let that color fill your vision. Let it fill your mind. There is nothing else. Just the velvet. Just the warmth. Just the drift. Sleep is arriving now. It is coming like a high tide, slow and inevitable. It washes over your toes, over your knees, over your hips, over your chest, over your eyes. You are submerged in peace. You are part of the silence. You are the silence. Drift away, traveler. Drift away into the deep, quiet night. The stars will be here when you wake up. The sun will return to the window. But for now, there is only the dark. And it is a good dark. Good night to the Orion Spur. Good night to the spiral arms. Good night to the moon. Good night to the earth. Good night to you. Sleep well. Dream softly. Drift, drift. You have been listening to the Ocean of Silver. At this Somnus Science Sleep Story. If this journey brought you peace, leave a gentle comment for yourself below. A mark of your presence in this quiet corner of the night. And if you wish to return to the stars, remember to subscribe. Here, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark. Good night.